Gate 14 podcast. We are live from Chicago. A little bit banged up. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little bit hungover. I can't speak for you, but I'm a little bit banged up. How are we feeling, Avery? I mean, it's a great trip so far.
It clears Cincinnati in the city that we are staying in. I don't think anything could possibly clear Cincinnati in the way we acted. So I've enjoyed myself in the city. It's a great summer city.
It is a beautiful summer city, and we talked about this earlier. We didn't really experience the city. Like, we went to a baseball game, got banged up every night, and then just went to the hotel room. Like, yes. We didn't do I will say, I do regret not going on the water, on the boat. Keegan posted on his story that he was on the water, on the boat with his girlfriend, and I was like, this kind of looks sick. I wish we did this. We didn't have enough time to do that, though.
We didn't set our – well, we had a lot. Every game was at 1 o'clock every day. we had a lot of time after, but we chose to drink in Wrigleyville and go out in the city, and I've enjoyed myself. It feels a lot like Toronto here, which is a comforting thing, but everything else about it is just top class, man. What a good time.
Yeah, no, it's been a good trip. I mean, obviously Cincinnati, a lot of the stories from Cincinnati we can't tell on the airwaves, or we probably
no, we legitimately can't tell them.
Yeah, we legitimately can't tell them. But other than that, though, yeah, Cincinnati was like the GOAT for me, the trip wise, and then this one is obviously it's the second one we've done, so it's number 2. But just speaking about Wrigley, though, I didn't want to talk about it. I said this a lot in the vlog. This is what a baseball stadium should look like. Surrounded by bars that are just like Cubs everything. People go there pregame. Everyone's decked out in Cubs jerseys, having some drinks, having a good time before the game. That's the element that we are missing in Toronto. We don't have that. Like there's no like set spot that we could go to before a Toronto Blue Jays game.
No.
And like get after it, or like just have some beers with your buddies.
No,
like
one of the bars is called Sluggers. You'll see in the vlog when it comes out, but that'll be a couple days from now. It has batting cages on the second floor. It's just meant for baseball. They block it off the field. Everyone's just walking through. The place that they block off for the police at the Rogers Center is on the ugly side of the stadium, where no one can see shit. And when you're walking through there's nothing to do.
So if there's a rich millionaire listening to this podcast, or someone that wants to invest in a bar, buy a bar in Toronto. Gate 14 will pump that shit to the fucking moon.
Yeah,
that's the only way we could do it, because it is we have our fan experience stolen from us.
There's pretty much no fan experience in Toronto compared to all the other. St. Louis, really good.
Yes.
There's that plaza that you can go drink in the plaza as well. There's people selling beers. You can congregate there. I mean, even if you did that by the Rogers statue by Gate 5, somehow found a way to block that off and let people drink there, it could be a little bit. It is not close to an ideal spot for that to happen. It's actually pretty bad. But yeah, there's no reason. Even over the bridge, kind of by the CN Tower, find a way to get people there and sell some drinks outside.
Mark Shapiro is obviously trying to find a way to do that by implementing all these bars at the Rogers Center, like the Catch and Corona Lounge and like whatever Park Social. But like it's not the same. No. It's not the same. It's not like a pregame you go 3-4 hours for the game and just see everyone decked out in Cubs gear. It's unbelievable. It really is. I strongly recommend you go to Wrigley Field if you haven't. You're listening to this podcast. It's breathtaking.
You said something to me. It's number 1 you've ever been to?
Yeah, that's the best stadium I've ever been to, honestly. And the thing is, like, the fan experience is so much better. Like when you're walking up to your seats, like on the ramps, you could still see the play. Like you could see what's going on in the field. You see the seats there. Obviously, the stadium's way older, so they have to have that because they didn't have many seats, I'm assuming, before. But the Wrigley Field it's a spectacle. It truly is. That's why I'm excited to go to Fenway next year, because I want to see what that stadium's like. Because that stadium obviously has tons of history, just like Wrigley does. But it makes you hate Toronto so much more.
It's just not even close to. Get out, see the world, watch other teams play baseball. Wrigley, we get, I guess now, once every 2 years.
Yes.
You're going to come and visit Wrigley because you go back and forth.
Yeah.
The interleague matchups. So you'll get to see Wrigley if you want as a Jays fan. The fan turnout here for a team that is fucking cat shit was insane.
There was a lot of Gate 14 listeners. Right when we arrive into Wrigley, we get out of the Uber, and there's a Gate 14 listener that just says Gate 14. The Jays fans travel so well, and that's why it makes me physically ill that this team stinks.
Yeah.
Because they don't deserve that shit. No. They don't deserve Go Jays Go chants at one of the most historic stadiums in baseball. They don't deserve that.
No.
It's crazy.
I also think it didn't help that the Cubs suck, too.
Yes.
So, if the Cubs were good, I think they'd drown it out a little bit more. But it was good to see all the Jays fans. Awesome to see them travel as well as they do. But the Wrigley experience starts off day one, and we get treated to...
Shout out Jameson Tyon. I reached out to JMO. He DM'd me a couple weeks ago responding to one of my stories. And then I said...
what did he say in the story? It was a pretty funny...
I forgot what it was. He said it was like
I thought it was something about Curtis, maybe.
No, I don't remember what it was. Oh, he said Curtis looks like Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not remotely true. But so he said that, and then last week I hit him up and I said, hey man, we did a vlog last year in Cincinnati for Gate 14. We went on the field. Nick Lodolo got us BP passes. Do you think you can hook that up? He said, King, I'm actually mad you even asked me. Just let me know when you're here, and I'll be able to get you BP passes. So we're on the field for BP.
Yeah, that's insane. The first time you ever go to Wrigley is 2 hours before the game, and you're on the field immediately. That's how you got to experience Wrigley.
I think the coolest part, the most surreal part of that is you'll see it in the video, all the players coming up to us.
Yeah, we were positioned in a good spot because they only had us on the Jays side of the field.
Yes.
And the Cubs didn't take on-field BP
that
day. So we were in the perfect spot, and we showed up on time, actually, and it was perfect. You got to see all the guys.
Yeah, we got to meet Buck Martinez. That was a cool one. Buck Martinez, he has no idea what a podcast is.
No.
So I was trying to explain to him what we do, why the players were coming up to us, and he just really had no idea what I was talking about, essentially. But that was cool. The coolest part, though, is Guillermo. Shout out G Money. G Spot.
We were formerly, or you were out on Guillermo.
I was out on Guillermo for a little bit because he ghosted my text to come on Gate 14, which is fine. I'm assuming he wants to stay in the shadows, which I get.
It would be better if people didn't know his name.
Yes.
He's in one of those
It's like a thankless job.
Yes.
It's a thankless job. So Guillermo sees me from across the dugout, walks over to me and goes, holy shit, John. He's like, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? All type of stuff. And then we're having a conversation. We're literally hitting with him about some of the players' adjustments and stuff like that. And then he's like, I thought he was leaving. He's like, all right, I'm going to go get something. I didn't hear him say he's going to get something. So I dap him up. He's like, no, I'll be back in a second. He comes back out of the dugout, and I'll post this video on Twitter tomorrow, with his World Series ring from the Cubs. I don't know what he did there, to be honest with you. I don't know what he did. I'm assuming he was like maybe like a assistant hitting coach or something like that. But he pulls out the World Series ring, and me and Avery put it on.
Yeah.
Somebody say it's bad luck. That's like touching the cup. That's like touching the cup and when you've never won it.
Well, I'll tell you that the Jays won't win the World Series this year, so we can add on to that curse.
Yeah, it's a Gate 14 curse.
It was awesome. I put it on my middle finger, and I took a picture. I was like, that was so stupid. And it just goes on your pinky. I didn't know first time, man. The moment got
too big for you.
Guillermo was the best chat.
Oh, we had like a 15-minute convo with Guillermo, just talking hitting. We were talking about Wagner.
We met Will Wagner as well.
Who Avery can't text properly, he's a fucking female. But yeah, no, Will Wagner will be coming on the show hopefully in the next 10 days. I recommended doing it after maybe
next Sunday
or something like that, when they arrive in Boston at the night, so we can do it 11, 10 o'clock or something like that, because they have a late game the next day, or they have a doubleheader the next day. We'll figure it out. We'll text them, because I think it makes a lot of sense.
I was going to text them after this weekend.
I think it makes a lot of sense to do it, even if it's tomorrow after their game. Just do it, because they're staying at the Marriott. So we can just ask him if his family's in town. And if his family's not in town, we can get that podcast done tomorrow night. But yeah, Will Wagner, great guy. Obviously a little more reserved and quiet. He didn't know who the fuck we were.
No.
Because he's new to the club. But we have some mutual friends like Blair Henley and Forrest Whitley. So
CJ Stubbs.
And CJ Stubbs, so we kind of found common ground there.
That's the best way to introduce you.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk shit about the friends you guys all know together.
Yes. So anyways, we go to that Friday. We get after it after that. Shout out Dylan Strome. We mentioned this. Hooked us up in the 1914 lounge. which was absolutely
It had to.
ridiculous.
There's probably tons of those lounges all over, but it seems a lot like what the Jays did with their area.
Yeah,
too.
the thing is, though, the Jays cheaped out. The 1914 lounge was free everything.
Yes, free
drinks,
booze.
dessert. There was like salmon. They had like legit salmon and steak and shit there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't take advantage of it. I regret it. I only had pizza.
Do you want to say?
Yeah,
what
I'll tell a
happened?
story. So, anyways, you'll see in the vlog, I thought I galaxy brained it. I said to Curtis, you stay here. Me and Avery are going to keep ordering 4 drinks and walk these drinks up to you guys.
Yes.
Like, oh, wait, how has no one ever thought of this? So we do the first one. Curtis and Alto were in their seats.
We're so good, Curtis.
Curtis and Alto were in their seats. And Curtis texts me. I didn't see it because I had 4 drinks in my hands.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I had 4 drinks. Two
each.
Two.
We each had 2.
Yeah, we each had 2. And I didn't see this text. Curtis says, do not hand me the drink or something like that. The usher just said, where did we get these from? I didn't see that. So I go walk over to Curtis, and I'm like this, and I hand it to him, and Curtis goes, no. And then this guy comes behind me and goes, hey! And it just rips into me. He's like, I will cut that band off of your arm if I see you give one more drink to them. So anyways, I got ripped apart by a Cubs security staff.
From Australia.
No, I'll do it. Hey, mate. Take that wristband off, mate. Aussie, I gotta try it. Take the wristband off, mate. But anyways, yeah. So he ripped into me, and then
we found a way.
We found a way.
It said 1914 Club on
yeah, they had the
drink.
cups. They had the cups.
That was the problem.
That was tough things. Fuck, my voice is fucked. So then I text Curtis. I say, meet me in the bathroom every 2 innings, and we will hand you the beer, allegedly, and we'll pour it in your normal glass, your peasant glass. So he did that, and so we kind of sneaked out around and did that. But I will say, shout out Stromer, man. That was honestly one of the craziest experiences. Like, that was insane. We were 3 rows up on the field,
and you said it too. It was almost true. We were too close to the field.
I did say this, and this is not champagne problems, but it is champagne problems. I was too close to the field.
Yeah, like maybe 10 rows back, it would have been the best.
I felt like I was under the field.
Agreed with that.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we could talk about that game as well. That game sucked until it didn't, because they did the little fake comeback thing. George Springer, oh my God, that triple off the top of the wall. That was so sick. Hector Neris is like one of the most hated men in Chicago, him and Dansby. That's what I noticed today. Everyone hates Dansby Swans. Yeah, there is not a fan that loves.
Makes so much money.
Yeah, they hate him. But
I bet they think they could put his wife out there at shortstop, and he'd be better.
Yeah,
she'd be better.
She would be better. It was a dinger derby though. That game was. Yariel was not scared of challenging, as true RGM says. Middle in.
He was in the middle of the zone.
I have never the thing is, that's why baseball, in my opinion, is such a beautiful sport, because when a mistake like that happens, it's almost immediate. This ball's getting sent to
It was
hell.
Miguel Amaya and Pete Crow
It was
Armstrong.
the 8-9 hitters that did this.
Yes.
And that's how good these hitters are. Like 8 and 9 hole hitters, you throw them a mistake, that ball is leaving the yard.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Which one do you think was cooler? I think the Pete Crow Armstrong home run was cooler.
Oh, I forgot to put one in here that you forgot about. The Ian Happ. Was that
was
Friday?
off Bassett. That was Saturday.
I swear he hit it right-handed. No, he hit a home run Friday right-handed off someone. I swear that almost hit the scoreboard. Don't you remember that?
I swear that was off Bassett. Someone's punching their steering wheel right now.
I know. I don't have my phone or my computer in me. Ian Happ hit a right-handed homer, I believe.
Yes, he did in the 7th.
Okay.
On Friday. That was the one that went to the moon.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain.
Yes.
That was the coolest one. Amaya's, as soon as that sounded like a truck when that got hit, it was. But I think Ian Happ was the one. That was the coolest
the
for
Ian
me.
Happ one was cool. And again, like, I know we talked about this. We talked about this last podcast. Will Wagner just rakes. And I know, like, we got to pump the brakes a little bit, obviously, because we've seen the experience of, like, the rookies who maybe pitchers don't know how to throw to them yet. There's not much film out there on them. But Will Wagner's ability, and we got to see it up close and personal Friday. I think he had 2 or 3 hits on Friday. He's just a good hitter. Like,
it's the Spencer approach too. It's so similar that just know the strike zone. They don't really know what to throw him at this point, and that's the thing that'll change, and they'll exploit over time. So you're happy to bet on his hit ability right now. There'll be some changes up, but he would like spit on stuff, long at bats all the time, 3-2 pitch, just knock up the middle. Over second baseman's head. It's like, okay, he seems like he could do that for 10 years.
Yes.
It's a good ability. It's a great start.
It's too like Horwitz. I think has more pop home run wise.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
too.
but Wagner was he was so sick to watch live. Ernie had 2 hits. That Dansby Swanson error.
Oh, the one where he picked it up with his middle finger and threw it into the dugout?
Yeah. That was a clown show circus on Friday defensively for the Chicago Cubs.
Yes.
Couple double play balls dropped. The Jays took advantage of it. But I will say, in the top of the 10th, you knew they weren't scoring. They did the fake comeback thing.
Oh, it was so weird because Dalton Varsho's what seemed like, again, when we're sitting right there, you don't see it as you see it on TV. But I thought it was bad base running from Dalton Varsho because Vlad.
He should have tagged.
Yes.
No, he should have tagged.
Because Vlad comes up and sculls the ball to left. That if it gets down, Dalton Varsho's scoring.
Standing up anyways.
Yes. So I was like, okay. He went back to tag, kind of tripped and fell, didn't go. And then whoever's after Vlad sculled one. It was probably Horwitz, I think, was up next. Sculled one to center field that would have scored him.
Yes.
As a sac fly. And then
it's just that's what separates the bad teams from the good teams. Like that's just terrible base.
Yeah, because there's 2 great swings right after, and it didn't amount to anything at all.
And I will say, this Cubs bullpen is kind of good.
It is very funny.
They threw 5 or 6 guys. I was like, who the fuck is this? And why does he have a sub-2?
Yeah, who the shit is Porter Hodge? And why is he the best?
Why does he have a sub-2 ERA?
That is the funniest thing about playing teams that you don't usually play is who are these middle relievers who are actually good that I've never even thought about.
It was bananas watching it.
Can you take your stance on the Go Cubs Go song?
It's a banger, man. it's a banger, and the thing is, I wish we had that. Like you could chirp the Cubs all you want, 1 World Series in 100 and whatever years, but god damn it, when that Go Cubs Go first chord hits at Wrigley, it is scenes. Like it is scenes. It's something we're missing, obviously, and you did make a good point. I actually want to touch on this as well. It is refreshing going to a baseball game and not hearing T.O. and like
it's just the organ,
and everybody
man.
clap your hands. Like hearing that is a game changer for me.
There's no in between bullshit ever. Like, you don't need it every pitch, man. Like it's not gonna really keep the fans that more engaged.
No, it's not, and that's something like maybe we could start a petition or ban.
Well, someone would probably lose their job if they fucking.
Well, no, they could play the walk-up songs and shit. Get an organist to Rogers Center. Get an organist. I won't do it.
We are creating a job. Yes,
we are creating a job by doing that. Yeah.
It is. You don't need something between every pitch.
Like you don't just have the white noise. Just have the stadium sound.
Yeah, you don't even think about it until you go to the Jays game and you hear it all the time, and then you go somewhere else and it's like, okay, I can talk to my friend. We can have a conversation. We can watch the baseball game.
Yeah, and we don't have to hear everybody clap your hands.
Exactly.
But yeah, so anyways, Friday we went out with our guy Spencer and his girlfriend. I don't know if she wants to be name dropped here, so I won't say that.
And a guy I met from Twitter.
Yes.
Who took us out. And
yeah,
we decided Curtis Widener. We'll just say he's just put on a show.
He put on a show this weekend, man. He put on a show this weekend. There was one point in the bar when it was like guys being dudes, and we just had 7 guys in a circle, all with mustaches, and we were just screaming, "Let's go!" Like I don't know what we were doing. We're just like chanting like Seven Nation Army, like just chanting that in the middle of someone doing karaoke.
It was half live band and the other half was karaoke.
Yes,
it was a great bar.
It was a good bar. It was a really good bar. So we did that Friday night.
And there was a guy with a hat who was drunker than anyone else in the city. And the hat said, "I kissed 2 lesbians at Beer Fest." And that guy, I don't know if he made it alive. And then we happened to see him the next day at Wrigley.
Game.
Yeah, I was like, how did you make it here at 1 o'clock?
It was a tough one. But yeah, Friday night was sick. I think yesterday for me takes the cake. Actually, Friday might have been funner.
The two of the days were great. It feels nice that we didn't have to leave like Cincinnati last year on the Sunday.
Yes.
I think we'll be in a great spot to leave tomorrow morning and do the travel.
Yeah.
If you have the luxury of taking the extra day off work, I think you should always.
You got to do it because imagine driving home right now.
Nope. I do
Like
not want-
I thought I would be miserable.
Yes.
I would genuinely be miserable. But yeah, we can talk about the Saturday game. 2 rain delays in a singular game, which was I've never seen that before. Actually, I don't know if I've ever been to a game that had a rain delay. Actually.
Detroit, we got no hit.
Yes, that's a good point. So they start the game. Seabass gives up a ball to Ian Happ on the first pitch. That was, oh my God.
That was the one thing I do regret kind of not doing is bleachers.
Yes.
The one day. I think we could have got really banged up in the bleachers, but
It's so hot and uncomfortable when you're hungover, dude.
when you're
and you
hungover.
can't move to piss. Like, you can't do anything or you lose your spot.
Exactly.
It kind of sucks. But that ball that Bassett gave up, and he'll be the first to tell you that was
A cookie.
That was a cookie.
Yeah.
That ball was launched, and we got to see. I mean, we were obviously second deck, so we got to like see it just kept going. It literally just kept going, and then the Twitter world goes bananas about Bassett. Oh, this and that, he sucks, all that type of stuff. It doesn't matter. Bassett is the definition of a pitcher. You know what you're going to get. He's going to give you 200 innings a year, a 3.5 to a 3.7 ERA, and he's going to be a very, very good piece to have in your rotation. And we take that for granted here with the Blue Jays.
I like to say that it's just insanely ballsy performance compared to the other ones. To go through 2 rain delays, the Cubs pitcher couldn't do it.
No, Steele couldn't do it.
Steele didn't do it. He didn't
And
get
Bassett
back.
did it because obviously he knows this bullpen is not the greatest bullpen on the planet. So Bassett's like, I'm going to have to take the cake here and just carve it up because I'm going to have to pitch and warm up in between innings in the bullpen.
That was just such a vet move for him to keep going out there and pitching. So hats off for that one.
He got shafted though, like 2 rain delays. One of them, they shouldn't have stopped it after the first. Like the first one, they should have waited because they played 3 outs after that.
They
and
did
they
indeed.
signaled to the guy to put the tarp back on the field. So that was insane.
Every time we go to a game with a rain delay, it seems really stupid. Not everyone has a roof.
Yes.
Even though we complain how nice it is, Wrigley Field, it does feel just like,
I think it's
we never have to
impossible.
deal with it at home.
I do think it's impossible though to have a nice stadium in my eyes that has a roof.
Agreed.
I think it's impossible.
It's too mod. Yes.
I think it has to have like the city skyline, like the bank in Philadelphia is one of my favorite ones as well. They have the Philadelphia skyline like right over the center field where the bell is. It's kind of impossible to do. You're gonna have to live with rain delays. That's the unfortunate part.
100%.
And the Rogers Center is just, for me, again, they're working with what they have. You can't build like maybe on the lake shore. You build a stadium there.
I think they're just cemented in, sadly.
It sucks. It's not the greatest stadium on the planet. It's not. It sucks, to be honest with you. But I will say, in terms of the renovations, it is sick, though.
Inside.
Like the Rogers Center, the inside is sick.
Yes.
And everyone does say that. But Wrigley is just, it's surreal, honestly. Like, this was a sick experience. Like, and we said this earlier as well. There is no bad seats.
Unless you're behind a pole.
Unless you're behind the poles, obviously.
I also didn't like the 200 area that was under the 300 section.
Yes.
But because you couldn't see the scoreboard, they did have TVs where you could see it. Would have been great for the rain delays, honestly. I like being in the open air, though. Like that, we chose to do 300s both days to be up top.
Yeah, much. And it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that crazy either. But, yeah, that Saturday game sucked, to be honest with you. That was we got to – okay, I want to talk about this because obviously this is a tough conversation to have because he's our guy. The Davis Schneider discourse. We talked about this a little bit with Guillermo. It seems as if he's pressing. And I'm not going to give hitting tips. I'm not going to dissect his swing and shit.
Yeah.
But I know, trust me, I know what it's like to struggle at the plate, especially when you're not playing every single day and you have to try to make the most of it when you have to play. You try to do too much. That looks like kind of what Davis Schneider has at the plate right now, where he is trying to do too much. He's trying to pull outside pitches, which is something that he never really kind of did. He was more selective. He was more selective though. He wouldn't
selective
chase.
is definitely the word
He's
to use.
chasing a lot. Not some great at bats. I'm not quite sure if you send him to AAA, to be honest, because
I think I think you should, because it's not getting better right now at the big league level, and they've been giving him the lefty at bats, and again it's just the selection of the pitches too is where I'm just like, I thought that was the one thing I could count on going into this season, is that he had good plate discipline.
Yes.
He knew the zone. He he gets shafted on calls that are a little outside all the time.
That was his thing.
But I thought for sure it's like his play discipline, knowing the strike zone was going to continue, and sure you could swing and miss on balls in the strike zone when you swing.
Yeah.
But right now it just kind of it looks lost.
He's pressing, unfortunately. That's a tough thing. But I will say this, and I want to make this clear because I'm seeing it a lot on Twitter. If you are tweeting at the Schneider family, the dad, the sisters, whatever, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. I see people on Twitter. There's one guy who's a reply guy to me who obviously I have muted, so I don't see his tweets, but he replies to every fucking tweet of mine. That's tweeting at them like, oh, keep enjoying this because he's not going to be up on the show for longer. If you tweet at a pro athlete's family member about them struggling on the field, you are a royal human piece of shit. And that's something that I wanted to make very clear. I wanted to talk about it because I have been seeing it. We get it pretty bad, obviously, with some of the stuff. Like, someone commented on my Instagram picture yesterday, tell your boy Bassett to find a new job. I just responded, shut the fuck up. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? It's just...
The guy who's going to make $100 million get a new job.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that if you're tweeting at someone's family members and it's not Rachel Luba, you're a piece of shit. Tweet at Rachel Luba, I don't care. But tweet at those people. Don't tweet at the people that are just supporting a family member on social media.
And it hurts them way more.
It hurts the player, I think, more than it hurts the family. Like the family members can probably deal with it, but the player knowing that their dad is getting like verbally assaulted on fucking Twitter because they're playing bad, I think that hurts the player more. Yeah, personally,
not a lot's going right right now.
So it's just stop tweeting at the Schneider family. I wanted to make that clear. You're a bunch of fucking losers. Tweet at me. But yeah,
I'm a man.
That Saturday game was not the greatest.
It happened.
It wasn't the greatest game.
Addison Barger home run.
That was sick after I talked shit about him. I will not bring up Addison Barger having over a 50% strikeout rate against lefties this season.
Yeah. Sample size is 20 at-bats. But
yep. It's 20 at-bats, 10 strikeouts. Not great, though. It's not great.
You'd like to have less.
Oh, I forgot to talk about this on Friday. Eric Swanson's, I'm not going to use the B word. I'm not going to jinx him, but he looks awesome. Sub 2 ERA since he came back.
Yeah.
Or it's 2.5, I think it is now, because he gave up the run 2 days ago or 3 days ago. But Eric Swanson looks unbelievable again.
He looks in awesome shape.
Yeah, I said that to him. First thing I said to him when he came up to us, I was like, "Oh my god, dude, lay off the bench."
Yeah, I think the old haircut's back. It's just
we've
got our friend back. We've got
the old dog's back.
Yeah,
the old dog's back. That's a good piece in the bullpen. I will say, I don't know about 2025, but like there is some things to build around in that bullpen. Ryan Burr looks awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Ryan Burr looks good. Swanee obviously
they know how they kind of know how they feel about Ryan Burr based on what they did today, though.
Yeah, throwing him in the eighth.
Threw him in the eighth, but they did take him out as soon as he walked a guy.
Because it was a lefty matchup, though.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But they had Ian Happ as the guy that they walked. It's like, okay, and they're not going to let him through it because he hasn't proven himself with the team that long yet, but there is good things. Like, I'm 100% on your side. I'm not trying to talk down.
Henny Cabrera, Ryan Burr, Eric Swanson, Jordan Romano. Like, those are pieces you can kind of build around. Chad Green. Those are pieces you can semi-build around. And another wrinkle, I guess we could talk about this today because yesterday's game there's not much to talk about. Bowden Francis has pitched his dick to the nub.
Yeah.
Has literally pitched his dick to the nub. He is grinding. Last 4 starts, I believe, he's went into the 7th or 7 innings, no runs. And 2 of them are against the Orioles, like we talked about last podcast. What a start today from Bowden Francis. That, honestly, Keegan tweeted it, that was the best he's ever looked in his big league career.
100%. And it's just pitch change, too.
Yeah.
Threw his curveball twice today.
They said, fuck the curveball.
I don't think he threw sinkers or 2 seams today, which he had done in his last start. Yeah, Michael Busch's hit, Seiya Suzuki's hit. Until Nico Horner hit that double, he really didn't give up a real hit until then. So Bowden looked awesome. He has a ton of extension. He gets good induced vertical break on the ball. So when he pitches up with the fastball, that's where he's good, and that's what he did. Sometimes the fastball was at 91 today, but he didn't get hit. Like, pitching up with the fastball is how it's going to work for him, and the splitter was very, very good.
So good. He looked great today. And then obviously we got to see my paisan, Joey Loperfido, first career home run as a
big
Blue Jay.
Boy home run.
That was, you said it was 3 inches above the zone.
Yeah.
and it was just launched. And it was a sick swing, too. I don't think he knew whether to bat flip it or not because of the wind.
The wind was insane.
Yes, the wind was insane. I should have tweeted it. The under today in today's game was the easiest bet ever. The wind was...
It was 6.5.
No, 7.5, though.
Oh, it was
I called it 7.5.
Okay.
Easiest bet ever. And then Joey Loperfido is the only run. I mean, the offense looked terrible today. But again, you're facing Naga.
I said this to the boys. We went to Chicago and we watched 3 hockey games.
Yes.
That's how low scoring the weekend was.
Yes, very low scoring. But today's game, I guess they got to win, whatever. They took 1 of 3 against the shit Cubs.
Well, they lost the series to the shit Cubs.
They're better. They're better than
Saturday night, though, Tin Roof is back.
Tin Roof is back. Tin Roof Chicago for me, and again, like we're comparing it to the Cincinnati one, which is like the Mona Lisa of tin roofs. In my mind,
the Wrigley Field.
Yes, the Wrigley Field of tin roofs. But Tin Roof was sick. So we go there yesterday. There's a live band. For 2 days, we've been asking them to play Lips of an Angel.
You got it.
And yeah, we got it. Me and Alto were about to be outside of the bar. And we just run back in and we're like, they played our shit. And these girls behind us are like, what the fuck are these guys screaming this song for? We're like, we've been asking this for 2 days. 2 days. But awesome live band. A Tin Roof Toronto would just be, you'd be sitting on a gold mine. We'd run it, obviously. But yeah, no, it was, Tin Roof was cool. Drinks were very, very expensive compared to Cincy.
It hasn't, yeah.
That's the thing. That's, fuck my voice. Holy fuck. I hope you guys didn't catch that. But that's the thing, though, about Cincinnati, which rocked is, it's small town, kind of. So the drinks are like $4.
It's smaller than Chicago, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like Midwest. It's Midwest small town.
Okay. Yes.
It's Midwest small town compared to the major city we're in right now.
Yes, okay. But it's still, yeah.
Don't look at the population. Don't look at the population. But, yeah, no. Tin Roof, I order 8 drinks.
Yes.
$130.
Yeah, nothing was cheap here this weekend.
300,000. Smaller than Mississauga. You're welcome. Everyone apologize to me in the room. Yep. It's a small town. That's a small town. That's a small town. No, that's a small town. But anyways, yeah. Cincinnati, Tin Roof, goated. Chicago, I would say Sluggers clears. Like, Sluggers was playing bangers last night. And we had a good crew. We met a couple girls that are from here that told us to go to Sluggers after. We went to Sluggers with them. We were slugging drinks with them. There's people wearing Gate 14 gear there, which was a great tire pump to say, like, those guys are wearing our shirts.
He was wearing Thick Jesus.
Oh, my God. Nostalgia.
It's my favorite T-shirt we've ever done.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
And you just see the Thick Jesus print on the back of the biggest human.
Oh, shout out that guy. I know he's listening to this. You're a legend.
Yes.
That was rockstar shit. It was just full of, like, vodka crayon all over his shirt. Like, it was, like, full of, like, he looks like he just launched his drinks onto him. And I hope someone took a picture of him. He took a picture with us, actually. If you're listening, post a picture because I would like to see the shirt because in my mind it was the dirtiest shirt in the world.
I didn't remember that.
It was like a work shirt. No, it was. So they bought us shots, which was sick.
Yeah.
Fireball. Fuck Fireball, by the way. Holy shit.
No, they didn't buy us Fireball. I thought Alto did that. We did two.
Yeah, 2 rounds.
Forgot about that one.
So this was the game plan Saturday. We said we're gonna after the game go back to the hotel, kind of take it easy. We did not take it easy.
No, we came nowhere.
We got back to the hotel at 9:30. I was blackout, like legitimately blackout. Curtis was refusing to get off the bed.
Curtis wouldn't eat.
Curtis wouldn't do anything. So, so then we go to this bar after.
Well, we forgot dinner on Friday. The drunkest person of the trip was
Michael Altamare. Was the drunkest. Michael Altamare on Friday went to go give me a slice of his pizza.
No. He was trying to dip it in your penne alla vodka.
He was trying to dip his pizza in my penne alla vodka. It falls into my water cup, and then he just scoops it up with his hands and eats the. I'm gonna puke saying this. Eats the water pizza. I know it's just water. It's just it's just disgusting. It was so fucking gross. And then so Alto was the drunkest human being ever on Friday. But Saturday we go to this bar. What's it called?
Point and Feather.
And this place is sick. It's like everyone's like wearing like actual dress attire and shit. Like
We
that.
were the worst dressed
easily the worst. Oh, I wasn't, but you guys were.
Yeah.
I was wearing a blue Chicago vintage T-shirt,
And you walked past Blue Chicago.
which was sick.
Yeah,
Did someone get a picture of that?
I did. I have it.
Okay, that's a great pick.
It's a
jazz
like
bar.
a blues bar.
It's a blues bar, sorry, blues bar. So I walk past there and I go, I'm wearing the home jersey, and that was sick. But then we go to this bar, and what I like about this bar is, it's like a vibe of a dive bar kind of, because you can play darts, pool, all that type of stuff. But it's also like a classy.
All the stuff was a library.
Yes.
That's what everything looked. There was books over the whole thing. It was
Yeah.
Hotel
It's like a hotel bar, and they are playing bangers after bangers. And I felt like I was at fucking EDC Orlando. Well, this guy on the DJ booth would not give me the time of day. I kept trying to walk up to him and be like, let's fucking go. He wasn't giving me shit.
No.
He was playing John Summit. He was remixing songs. Like, it was unbelievable. And we had this straggler guy from Edmonton that joined us, because fucking Curtis.
It was not Curtis who did that, by the way.
Anyways,
It was Alto.
this guy joined.
You like to say it's Curtis, and I'm fine to say it was Curtis's
Yes.
fault, but it was Alto.
So this guy joins us.
Not really his fault,
Yeah,
though.
it is not really his fault. But this guy joins us, and I am obviously, again, the biggest thing with me is I can't pretend to like people. That's
it's your worst trait.
Yeah,
you can't look someone in the eyes when you talk to them.
because
and-
when I don't like them.
Yes.
And a lot of people know, like, some people would be like, yeah, you were a dick to that person. I'll be like, I wasn't trying to be, I just didn't want to talk to them, or I don't like them. So this guy was, I didn't say a word to this guy, by the way.
No.
He kept trying to like tap me on the shoulder. He bought us a drink. He just handed it to me, and then I just like looked away. I was like, get the fuck away from me, because this guy was weird as shit. That's why him and Curtis got along, obviously. But this is, I don't care if he's listening. He was so weird.
I don't think he knew.
Here's
we
a
just
tip
saw
for
him on the street.
Yeah, he just joined us. Like, can I come with you guys? And Curtis was like, come with us. Yeah, this guy was a weirdo.
And he shot 100 shots in the hour we were there.
Yes. He just
went
kept pulling
Tony
up
Snell.
from half court. He kept pulling up from half court with every girl in the building, and that's why I hated him as well, because I didn't want to be associated. Like, the girls, like, look at that front group. Like, do not go anywhere near whatever that is over there. And that's the guy we were associating ourselves with. And it was terrible. It was terrible, but yeah, shout out that guy. He was the worst to ever do it. But that was a fun place. Obviously, we were banged up. There's some funny videos of Curtis chirping me. Saying Curtis said he hangs out with me because it makes him look taller, more handsome, and smarter. That's a line from Curtis earlier this evening. But yeah, no, that was cool. And then I will say we got robbed of not having a night game.
Well, for like our.
Oh yeah, Alto got robbed by a taxi driver, by the way.
If we want to talk about that,
Alto went into he
doesn't like this story.
He doesn't like the story. He's like, meh. But so we go into this taxi because we're like, this is Friday after the game, because it's impossible to go into the Uber, and Alto's the drunkest human being in North America again, and we get in the taxi, and I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of cool, whatever. There's no rate. They're not showing a rate, nothing. Alto didn't talk about a prefix, whatever. We go in, we get back to the front of this hotel, and Alto's like, all right, here's my card. The guy says you have to pay in the back. We look at the meter in the back. It says 75 American dollars.
Yeah.
I'll let you have it. We took the public transit today. It was $2.50. $2.50.
We discovered public transit today, and it was the easiest.
$2.50. Alto got credited back because the guy knew he robbed us. And me and Curtis were in the back just feeding it to this guy.
It was insane.
You fucking scammed us. What the fuck? This was a $19 Uber. He said, then go take an Uber. We're like, we probably should have, to be honest with you.
That was a good point by him.
Yeah, it was a good point. But anyways, Alto got robbed. $100 charge. 100 Canadian, I guess. It was 75 American.
Yep.
But he got $22 back, actually. So it was actually $78 technically Canadian.
Chicago dog. Can you comment on it? Did you have one?
Yeah, I had a Chicago dog. They're whatever.
Tomato wedges.
Tonight, by the way, we're going to Portillo's.
No. Lou Malnati's.
Lou Malnati's. I'm excited
Deep
for that. We'll give a review on that as well.
Chicago dog. You don't need
Chicago dog. I don't give a fuck.
You don't need a
Shut
full.
up.
You don't need
a
a
hot dog.
full pickle and a tomato wedge on a hot dog.
No, you don't.
You have relish on there already. I think.
Yeah,
That's good enough.
I'm not gonna say I'm out on Chicago dogs. I don't want people to get mad, but it's just a hot dog.
Correct.
With a pickle.
Yeah.
It's like, let's relax. It's not the craziest.
You can do that everywhere.
Yeah. They said don't put ketchup on it. Then everyone has ketchup on it. But yeah, other than that though, I mean, obviously you can hear my voice. Good weekend.
Fun weekend.
I will say a certain someone in this room is a massive snorer. So I've been sleeping with AirPods in every night with a 10-hour white noise fan on loop, just stabbing my ear with an AirPod.
It's the loudest noise you've ever heard.
It really is. And like I said,
I'm not good myself, but
no, you actually haven't been snoring at all.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't been.
Okay. Curtis, it's legit the loudest.
You're in love now, so I think that plays a factor. Like I think that plays a factor in you not snoring. Because the last road trip we went on, you weren't in love. This is our first road trip with you, wife.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, that's why you weren't.
I can sleep easy at night.
You sleep easy at night. Now that's why we've shafted it over. I mean, Curtis, your snoring is fucking crazy. If there's anyone out there, any doctors out there that can perform surgery on our buddy Curtis, that'd be awesome. Get him figured out. So
we know what his problem is. He didn't bring his fucking machine.
I texted Curtis's girlfriend. I said, "You deserve a Purple Heart for sleeping beside fucking Curtis Weidner." It is crazy. But yeah, I guess we can end this off here. We'll make it quick for the people. We're gonna end this off here with the preview for this week.
Who do they even play?
The Reds.
Knew that. Joey Votto Day tomorrow.
Yeah. Someone tweeted at me.
David Schneider down, Joey Votto up.
Someone tweeted at me, Joey Votto's not in the lineup today. I said, okay. Maybe he's old as fuck. Maybe that's why he's not in the fucking lineup today. Oh my God, these pitching matchups suck for the Jays.
Do they get Hunter Green?
Tomorrow they got Hunter Green.
Nice. No, he's going to win the Cy Young, maybe.
Wait, Hunter Green might be on the 15-day IL. Fuck you, the score, by the way.
What?
Hunter Green's on the IL, I'm almost positive.
What do you do?
Injured. Yes! Hunter Green's not pitching tomorrow. Cool.
What was
Alto's
his what's his injury?
Elbow inflammation or something like that. So we got
I did see they put the X on all the guys with the
have it. So
fastest velocity.
So we got Hunter Green versus Kevin Gossman,
Shout out
but Hunter Green's not pitching, so I don't know who that's going to be. Wait a second. The Reds only have one pitcher scheduled. That's actually going to pitch this series.
Interesting.
Because Tuesday they don't have a starter.
When did Lodolo pitch? Because I saw Andrew Abbott pitch today.
Lodolo pitched on Thursday, I want to say.
So then he should be lined up to do that, right?
So we got Gossman versus blank, Barrios versus blank, and then Nick Martinez versus Y-Rod on Wednesday. Jays lose 2 out of 3.
Sure.
Jays lose 2 out of 3 again. I'll say it. I also made a tweet the other day. Maybe the Jays aren't fun to watch. They were just facing the Angels.
That is so true.
The
team stinks again.
I was drinking the Kool-Aid this past week. It might have been the sleep deprivedness of the game, watching the games at 11 o'clock, that I was like, this is kind of fun. It turns out, guys, this team actually isn't fun. They were literally just facing one of the worst baseball teams in the history of baseball. So, cloud your enjoy the summer, like we always say on the podcast. Go to the games this week. I can't guarantee they're going to win a lot. It will be cool to see Ellie De La Cruz at his best performance. Because when we saw him last year, this was when he was in the middle of his Linsanity run. Or at the end of his Linsanity run.
He hit the inside the park homer, though, didn't he?
One of the games he did, yes. But this is when he kind of sucked, though. When we saw him, this is the best version we're going to see of Ellie De La Cruz so far as Blue Jays fans. So I'm looking forward to watching Ellie De La Cruz. They have some fun players, obviously. Jonathan India's slowly starting to figure it out. Hunter Green.
No, we're forgetting a big one.
Who?
We're going to get a video tribute, probably.
Santiago Espinal. Forgot about that. Santiago Espinal, by the way, do not go on Baseball Reference and compare his stats to Bo Bichette's this year after the same amount of games. Don't do that. Someone did that today on Twitter. Santiago Espinal is leading in every single category besides games. Bo has 81 games played. Espinal has 79. Espinal has .3 WAR. He has more home runs, more RBIs, more stolen bases, more hits. The same amount of games.
Yeah, and there's a Nightingale article. Bo's gone.
Yeah, Bo's gone. Bo's going to get shopped probably. So we are slowly starting to I'm slowly starting to realize we might have potentially seen Bo Bichette's last game as a Toronto Blue Jay.
Yeah, and he went out on top.
Minus .3 WAR. Listen, we're Bo guys though. But yeah,
I like Bo as the person.
I like Bo as well. I like Bo as the person. This year I didn't like him as a baseball player, but
correct.
Things happen.
Yep.
Santiago Espinal clears. Paul DeYoung clears this year, unfortunately. But yeah, anyways, listen. It was good to have in-person podcast back. Chills, some may say. Maybe someone can invest us in a camera. If someone wants to buy us a camera,
we wouldn't say
no.
And you can get a sponsor in a.
We will get you free Gate 14 stuff. You buy us a camera. So you buy us a $5,000 camera.
We'll give you $100
worth of Gate 14 merch.
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty good trade. Pretty good trade off. But anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Stay tuned for the vlog. We will be driving back tomorrow. Hopefully, arriving back before the Jays game. I know you probably think, are you guys going to stream? Fuck no. We won't be streaming for a while. Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know if you guys were at Wrigley, what your experience was, because I loved it. Top one for me. So we're gonna go for dinner here, get a little banged up, probably have a couple drinks, and we will see you guys on Wednesday night. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Again, thank you to Dylan Strome. Thank you to Jameson Tyon for making all that stuff possible. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever.